from the three-point line. A matchup nightmare.
All right, Malcolm, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Interstate Batteries. For visiting Milwaukee, just 2 hours away in its campus, Jordan Aaron and Steve McWhorter, the point guard in the backcourt. Austin Arians, the emotional Matt Tybee, and Kyle Kelm up front for Rob Jeter. And for 24-5 Green Bay, Kiefer Sykes, he banged knees about 24 hours ago in practice. He's fine, by the way. Carrington Love is with him in the backcourt. Jordan Faust, Greg Mays, and the great Alec Brown up front. Well, the Phoenix are amped up, and I hope you are as well, because there is plenty of emotion in this building for Game 2, simply because Green Bay is the home team and Milwaukee's located less than 120 miles away. There is the Horizon League Coach of the Year, Brian Wardle, in his 4th season with a record of 71-54. And he's opposed tonight by Rob Jeter, who's the head coach at Milwaukee. Jeter's put together a splendid season this year at 19-13. This is his 9th year. Overall record slightly above 500 at 148-140. I would say everybody here is getting Kiefer psyched.
I like that.
I bet that took a while to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, we caught a beautiful night tonight, and this place is rocking.
It's Brown against Kelm, and Milwaukee lost the ball out of bounds. And Green Bay will have the first offensive chance. It's Heiberman, Ingram, and company tonight to officiate.
Then Milwaukee comes out and man-to-man.
And the Fiends will shoot into the Milwaukee cheering section who are hollering defense.
This is a key matchup right here. Alec Brown. How they defend him, I think, is going to be a key in this game.
What a great save by Greg Mays. And it's taken down by McWhorter, the transfer from Indiana State. Panthers last night convincing winners over Valparaiso, in which they controlled the offensive glass, an astonishing 19-0. That's McWhorter from the outside. A rebound taken down by Jordan Faust. Faust looking ahead and making sure he didn't get picked. Now he lost the ball off his foot. Out of bounds, Milwaukee.
Well, it was a great block out that time on defense by Jordan Faust. Come up with a defensive rebound, but then you want him to give the ball up to Kiefer Sykes. You don't want him leading the break.
They played twice this year. Milwaukee lost in overtime to Green Bay, 93-86, and they came back and won on Green Bay's court, 73-63. So it's not likely the Panthers will be intimidated.
They won't, but I think fatigue will be a factor in this game, in particular in the second half for Milwaukee.
Panthers aren't very deep, and Green Bay is well aware of that.
Speaking with Coach Wardle of Green Bay at shoot-around today, that's something he wanted to do. He knew they played a tough game last night. Wanted to see if he can try to wear them out in the second half.
Now Kelm would have taken that three effort last year. Instead, he leave it up to Austin Arians. Ball picked up by Carrington Love. He's got some full court speed, but he missed a shot. So both teams are scoreless as we approach 2 minutes to the opening part of the first half. Aaron on a drive to the basket. Layup is good. And Milwaukee strikes first.
Jim, his first step is so quick. We're going to take a look at Jordan Aaron. Guy that's hurt him, had 20 last night. Explosive on that first step. The help is late, and now he's got an and-one situation.
He was telling us at shoot-around today his favorite NBA player is Chris Paul. So did he look like Paul on that drive, perhaps?
He did, and He's a guy, last year, remember, he put up a lot of numbers, but he had a lot of turnovers. I was impressed with him last night in that quarterfinal game with the decisions he's made.
Because of team violations, rules violations, he had to sit out 4 games and said he learned a lot from it. And the one thing he didn't like was being away from his team.
I really enjoyed our time speaking with that young man at shoot-around today.
He controls the basketball as Milwaukee leads 3-0. Cal nearly travels. Hands it off to Arians inside, left it short. And it's down to Kiefer Sykes, who surveys the field and will walk it up. Rising League Player of the Year on the drive to the goal. Contact, no foul call, picked up by Milwaukee. Aaron's got a 3 against 2. Behind the back, and the shot missed and a foul call. As Tybee will step to the free throw line. What a pass, though, by Jordan Aaron.
Well, we're going to take a look at a lot of energy right here. Winning play, Jordan Aaron getting on the floor, and then the attempted dunk. Green Bay came up with a foul, but Jim, you have to like the energy that Milwaukee has come out with, trying to take this crowd out of the game early on. And their defense has been impressive, and then they've been able to get out in transition and try to get some early offense.
Those Panthers have a lot of energy and approached the game against Valpo that way when they jumped on them 15-2 and won the game going away. So Green Bay still looking for his first points, Malcolm.
Well, Jim, I think they need to get Alec Brown some touches. They need to establish him early in the offense, but Milwaukee right now is switching up and gone to a matchup 2-3 zone.
Well, that was the plan, to try to get 21 into the offense quickly. He's being bodied right now by Kyle Kelm. He'll set a high screen for Jordan Faust. 16:45 to go. Green Bay without a point. Green Bay now 0 for 6, and it begs the question, you have all the pressure as being the 1 seed at home. Are you feeling it early in the game?
Well, I think so. I think early on, Green Bay has been out of sync on offense. They've had some good looks, but I think nerves has played a factor in the early rough start for Green Bay.
Arians against Faust. Can't get the bounce. Tapped out to Sykes. Brian Wardle, so let's go. Faust in transition. Brown open 3. And it has been a struggle for him so far. Alec Brown is now 0 for 4.
And that was a good look. Off of penetration, Alec Brown shoots over 42% from the three-point line, and can't ask for a better look if you're Green Bay.
Off the bounce, Aaron for 3. A little too strong. Probably not the play they wanted. Here's another offensive try for Green Bay, still looking to break the seal. Brown not shy about calling for the ball, even though he's off to a rough start. Mays inside with a right hand scores. And Green Bay off the snide, 4-2. It took 4.5 minutes, but finally the number 1 seed is on the board. In school history. So far he is 0 for 2. His teammate Alec Brown is 0 for 4. Greg Mays with the and 1 can bring Green Bay within 1. Had it all the way. Just like you practice them, right?
That's that home court roll right there.
Yeah. Friendly rim. Here's Jordan Aaron, who had 30 in that overtime loss against Green Bay. Now Kim on a hop to the goal to turn around against Brown. Got it.
And that's a beautiful move. Step back jumper for a big, and pretty good defense by Alec Brown, but better offense won out.
Is that the best way to score against one of the nation's best shot blockers? On the other way, it's Aaron missing. Malcolm Moore tried to clean it up, couldn't do it. He thought he got fouled. Back the other way, the break, and Carrington long. Lots of energy in this building for game 2 tonight. As you saw by the graphic, Wright State awaits the winner. Wright State would play here if Green Bay wins, but if Green Bay loses, it's Milwaukee and Wright State in Dayton, Ohio on Tuesday night, because Wright State will be the higher seed.
Well, Jim, we're going to take a look at Green Bay get the defensive stop, and then it's off to the races. And they're one of the better teams on defense. They average close to 8 block shots per game, and that spurs them on the offensive end, where they're able to get out in transition and get some easy buckets.
Alfonso McKinney is in for Greg Mays, who just picked up his second foul. McKinney's an amazing story. He wasn't even expected to join this team this year. Rehabbing from knee surgery. Been on the shelf for a long time, but he's healthy and he is good. Matt Tybee is called for double dribble. ESPN brings you another edition of ACC Sunday Night Basketball. It's Malcolm Huckabee's Boston College Eagles against the Wolfpack of North Carolina State. 6 o'clock on ESPNU, all starting at 5:30 with ACC Sunday Night pregame, also live on Watch ESPN. What's the problem with BC this year?
Well, they have struggled. I think their record really doesn't indicate how good they are. They've had some close losses. They've had some injuries, but make no mistake about it, it's been a disappointing year for Coach Steve Donahue and Boston College.
Low scoring start to this game. That's a 3 on the way. It rims in and out, and McWhorter rebounds for Milwaukee. You have the luxury with McWhorter and Aaron in the lineup of actually having 2 point guards.
And Jordan Aaron in particular making really good decisions with the ball.
Did a great job of attacking the goal the other night in the win against Valparaiso. And he's got an open lane in the hoop, and he missed it. It remains 6-5 Panthers. Little stutter step by Love, but Arians holds his ground. Here's McKinney. Basket on the lid, or with the lid so far for both teams. Down to Kelvin, a give and go, and he lays it in off the pass from the point guard McWhorter.
And that's a beautiful backdoor cut that time by Kelvin. Good motion. Milwaukee has been patient on the offensive end, and then defensively, they have frustrated Green Bay.
Rob Jeter says that Kelm's game has changed 180 degrees. Last year, he was a perimeter shooter. This year, he wants to establish him inside more, and Kelm has accepted that assignment with plenty of grace.
Well, Jim, we're going to take a look at right here. Milwaukee has good spacing. They're moving the ball. They have Green Bay spread out, and then that's just a beautiful backdoor cut right here. Green Bay's help is late, and it results in an uncontested deuce for Milwaukee.
And then Fulton, number 5, the point guard from Philadelphia, checks in for Green Bay, along with 32 Tevin Finley, freshman from Ontario.
And Jim, we've talked about this. Milwaukee picked dead last, to finish dead last in the Horizon League, and here they are with a chance to knock off Green Bay. Everybody's picked to win the Horizon League.
That was a great selection on my part, wasn't it? Listing them last.
Well, I can't fault you for the pick, but they have outperformed what most people expected from them.
Agreed. Green Bay looking for some offense. Been a struggle so far with just 5 points in 8.5 minutes. Finley trying to take his man off the bounce to Fulton. In good position to Matt Tybee.
Jim, you can see what the game plan is for Milwaukee. We're not going to allow Green Bay to get anything in the paint. We're going to force you to shoot the ball from the perimeter. And so far, that has worked out well for Milwaukee.
Malcolm Moore. Just a little short. It's Warren out there with the rebound to McKinney. It remains 8-5. Down low, reverse layup, good. That's Kenneth Rowe, a freshman from Little Chute, Wisconsin. Not too far from this area.
Set up off of a nice little dump-off pass by Alec Brown.
Very enthusiastic Green Bay cheering section at the Milwaukee basket. Kick out Tybee for three, didn't get the roll. Now Green Bay can take the lead, down 8-7. Alec Brown yet to score. For that matter, Kiefer Sykes yet to score too. McKinney battling inside, out of bounds to Milwaukee. When we come back, some great moments in Horizon League history. And all we have to do is go back to last season at the Arc.
Credit to Milwaukee. Now, a lot of people may look at these numbers right here. Kiefer Sykes, Alec Brown, the two star players for Green Bay with 0 points. But Milwaukee, give them credit. And this goes back to their quarterfinal win last night, Jim. They were impressive on defense. They got their hands on a lot of balls. They came up with some steals, and they were able to get out in transition. So I will say it's better defense as opposed to bad offense.
And when play resumes, Milwaukee will walk it up with Steve McWhorter. The chemistry of this team has improved so dramatically as with McWhorter's addition, he could play the point. That's his natural spot. Arians would go over to the 3 spot. The 2 guard would then become Jordan Aaron instead of the all-time or the all full-time point, and everybody got to fill natural positions. Milwaukee starts winning much better field this year for the Panthers as opposed to last.
I think that's a great point. Remember, we had them last year. Really wasn't much flow to their offense this year. Completely different story from what we've seen in his last couple of games.
Right now, Huck, first team to 40 wins the game.
I wouldn't disagree with you on that one.
Fouls bowls his man over, but a blocking foul is going to be called as Kelm was not set. Jordan Faust will step to the free throw line.
Faust, one of the better defenders in the Horizon League. He's one of those guys that's not going to score a lot of points, doesn't shoot many threes, but every team needs a defensive stopper, a guy that does the little things, and Jordan Faust is that guy for Green Bay.
Has 65 steals this year, and talk about his importance that you mentioned. 8 steals in that win over Virginia. And if Green Bay gets in as an at-large, which some do not anticipate, that win over Virginia continues to get larger by the moment. Phoenix have their first lead. Penetrate, pitch, Arians 3.
That is beautiful offense. Jim, we've seen Milwaukee now get some high percentage shots. Dribble penetration, cross-court pass to a wide-open three-point shooter, and they are putting on a clinic early on offense.
Arians' first points of the night. Alec Brown is still scoreless. Do you think he's pressing at all?
I think he is. I think he's rushed a couple of shots, and we're going to take a look at a turnover right here. But, Jim, the story of this game really has been Milwaukee's ability to execute on offense. Beautiful drive, kick out to a wide-open three-point shooter. Nobody near him, drew 3 or 4 defenders, and then kick it out to a wide-open shooter.
Good play by Jordan Aaron, forcing a turnover, and subsequently picking up a foul on Carrington Love. And that's 2 now on Love. He'll come out of the game as Tevin Finley comes in along with McKinney and Alec Brown, who is scoreless and so far 0 for 5. Will get a rest, and maybe sitting on the bench will help him relax a little bit if, in fact, nerves are a case.
Jim, Green Bay is going to have to settle down on offense. They're really out of sync, really no flow to their offense, and too many turnovers.
Here's Count trying to get around McKinney. Good defense by McKinney. Alfonso's got fresh legs and is playing just like it. Finley in the drive, left hand, no.
Jim, it looks like Kiefer Sykes sprained his ankle going to the hole on that last possession.
Sykes banged knees yesterday. He's okay with that. In the meantime, they play on, and Arians lays it in. Let's watch Sykes as he walks it up right now and see if he's hobbling a little bit.
You can't ask for a better start if you're Milwaukee.
Well, it's a true road game, and Milwaukee for the year has 8 road wins, even though the Rush Center is only a couple hours away from the Milwaukee campus. Sykes has been limping it noticeably and misses long on the 3.
Yeah, and I think right now they're going to get him out of the game. He is limping really bad, and certainly that would be a huge loss for Green Bay.
Sykes and Brown have combined 0 for 8 and have not scored. Good fake by Aaron to Tybee for 3. Buried it.
Jim?
But if Green Bay loses, their status now is reduced to the possibility of making the tournament only as an at-large team. And the consensus across the country right now is that would not be good enough. A departure, and now Sykes, speaking of departures, is going to the locker room. So who's going to score for the Phoenix? With 9 points in 13 minutes. Down the Faust, inside position, got it.
And Jim, that's the answer. Early on, Green Bay was settling for contested jumpers. They were out of sync. They need to try to work the ball around patiently and then get higher percentage shots like Jordan Faust did on that last possession.
I suppose this game's playing well in Dayton, where Wright State wants to host a championship game. Aaron, inside count, lays it in with the left hand, and Jordan Aaron made it happen.
Well, Jim, it's just too easy right now. Milwaukee's getting uncontested threes and also uncontested layups.
Alfonso McKinney turning with the right hand, a little short though, and the ball is tapped around to Tybee. This reminds me of the Falco game last night, where every rebound seemed to wind up in the hands of Milwaukee. No matter who was tapping it. Step back 3, Aaron got it. What a shot by Jordan Aaron, and another Green Bay timeout.
Well, Jim, he says he wants
for the championship.
Well, still plenty of time, but obviously this is a big uphill battle if they do not have Kiefer Sykes, Green Bay.
Kiefer Sykes is in the locker room as they examine his sprained ankle. And the shooting so far for the Phoenix, it's been rough. 4 of 21. Kind of a concerted effort. I mean, Brown's not the only one that's missing.
Yeah, give credit to the Milwaukee defense, and then on offense, Jim, they've been patient. They've been patient, efficient, and then they're getting high percentage shots.
Aaron, a long 3, not this time. I would think Aaron's got to be careful that he doesn't fall in love with that shot, although that is his expertise. The scoring average of Sykes and Brown, 36 a game, and they are scoreless so far.
Not a good look that time.
But back the other way is Carrington Love, and Green Bay gets points with 5 minutes left. Kiefer Sykes has returned for the locker room and will check in at the next whistle. Good news for Green Bay. Down Arians posting low, puts a little move on and scores. Arians is not only a jump shooter, he can score on the interior as well.
He has been impressive, and you're right, Jim. He is very versatile. He can step out, but he's been even better down low in the post. Well, early on, it's been all Milwaukee. Austin Arians with the jump hook.
In there for West Virginia. Yeah. Let's talk tickets punched. There haven't been many so far, but Harvard put its name on a dotted line from the Ivy League in Eastern Kentucky, the OVC. Let's update the bracketology in a moment as Joe Lenardi continues to work minute by minute. And there seem to be changes as the minutes go by.
Joey Brackets is working awfully hard right now. That Harvard club, I tell you what, nobody wants to see them in the tournament. Siani Chambers doing a fine job with that club, and they got balance and they defend.
Milwaukee shooting 41% from the floor, has 3 made threes in the game, limiting Green Bay to just 21%. With Malcolm Huckabee, Jim Barber tonight live on the U from Green Bay. Another 3 for Aaron. And down goes Sykes again.
Jim, you want to give Kiefer Sykes credit for trying to come out and play for his team. He cannot go on that ankle right now if he continues to limp around like this. He's got a bright future in front of him. You can tell he is not 100%. And Jordan Aaron, I'll tell you what, he is having himself a ball game in this first half.
It's too bad for Sykes, who's in some pain on the sidelines. This is arguably the biggest game of the year for Green Bay, and so far they've been outclassed by Milwaukee. Alec Brown still scoreless. Well, we know it's going to be up to Alec, fair or not, to try to carry Green Bay and rally them. Step back again, Aaron. Not this time, didn't miss by much, and we got some contact inside on Kyle Kemp. But right now, all Panthers doubling up on Green Bay. And Kiefer Sykes' health very much in question as this game rolls on. They're in a lot of trouble because they're two key players, Kiefer Sykes and Alec Brown are scoreless, and Sykes is on the bench with an ankle injury.
Well, this has been a nightmare start for Green Bay. Missed shots. They've had some decent looks early on. I think they're playing with a little nerves, turnovers. Alec Brown, Kiefer Sykes, a non-factor in this game, and obviously your two stars not scoring any points in a must-win game is not something that you want if you're Green Bay.
Alec Brown so far 0 for 7. He has been short on a number of shots.
Yeah, and I think it's a combination of he's been dealing with some injuries, nerves. Those are some pretty decent looks, and those are ones that you have to knock down at home.
Carrington Love gets inside, and Milwaukee lost him, and he's able to lay it in for Green Bay's 15th point of the night. We're deep into the first half. The Milwaukee Panthers, the 5th seed, leading the top seed Green Bay 26-15. Arians off the bounce, way off the mark. Rebound to Greg Mays. Alec Brown out of the lineup as the Phoenix go big. When Brown's in there, but smaller now. Brown's about to re-enter. And Kiefer Sykes, he's going to give it another try. The Stars are combined 0 for 10 without a point, and Sykes is back in along with Alec Brown.
Jim, the poor shooting start, along with really, I think, poor defense, has led to really a big Milwaukee lead late in the first half. And if you're Milwaukee, Jim, I think a couple possessions now, they've come off and taken some deep contested threes. You don't want to do that if you're Milwaukee. You've been being patient. You've been good on defense. Don't fall in love with the three. Continue to make Green Bay work on defense and get high percentage shots.
Let's see how Sykes works with that injured ankle. Back in the lineup and defending Jordan Aaron. Matt Tybee, a little face-up game here, missed it. Rebound to Alec Brown. Sykes across the 10-second line. Laboring a little bit, but being able to carry the ball across. Open look, Fulton. Tapped around, who's going to get it? Looks like Tybee got it, and I believe he also got a timeout right in front of one of the officials.
Jim, we're going to take a look at Kiefer Sykes. Obviously is not 100%. Seeing him swinging the ball around, but every year it seems like he's going for an undefeated season.
Irish at Notre Dame also the undefeated year as well. Typically Notre Dame and UConn would have met twice by now, but they're in different leagues.
If I'm Jordan Aaron right now, I'm testing that ankle of Kiefer Sykes. I'm going right at him, see what his lateral movement is like.
That's why Green Bay has gone to a zone. Faust almost with a steal. Disrupts Sykes, and Love able to come up with it. Here's Lowe in the front court. Out to Brown, and Alec Brown will shoot for his first points with 1:46 to go in the first half.
And these are winning plays. You're seeing both teams get after it, and these 50-50 balls That's what you want to see. Get on the floor, get a possession for your team, and then try to get an easy bucket.
Alec Brown breaks the seal. You know, Milwaukee had a stretch last night against Valpo where it went 1 for 17. And tonight the Panthers aren't shooting the ball very well again, but they maintain, at this point, 9-point advantage.
And the surprising thing, Jim, they're getting it done with their defense. They're not known as a defensive club, and their defense in these last couple of games have been excellent.
Cody Wickman will step in for Milwaukee at the next break. 20 to shoot. Here's McWhorter. To Javon Lyle. Phoenix had the last 4 points here of the first half. Late shot clock, 3 to work with. Arians' desperation. And a foul coming up on Green Bay. Full day of conference championships and women's hoops tomorrow on ESPN. First and 1, it's the Big Ten Championship. At 3:30, the SEC. At 7, the ACC. And at 9, we'll end it with a Pac-12 championship. Championship weeks presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Starting Sunday at 1 on ESPN. All games also live on Watch ESPN. The Big Ten and the ACC. According to bracketologist Charlie Cream, expected to get 8 teams. The Pac-12 just 4. A minute to go, first half. There's the advantage of having not 1 but 2 point guards in the flow of your offense.
That's a beautiful spinning move by McWhorter, and everything going right for Milwaukee.
Good defense as they clapped on Brown and made the steal. McWhorter down the other way, and he turns it over.
And on that last possession, Alec Brown bringing the ball down low, allowing the guard to get his hands on it, and then it's a turnover. Off to the races Milwaukee goes.
Alfonso McKinney will check back in for Green Bay. He's got a brace on that right knee, and he replaces Jordan Faust. Phoenix are 6 for 27 shooting the basketball tonight. Not exactly championship numbers.
Well, this is a huge possession for Green Bay. You want to go into the half on a positive note.
McKinney inside, and he'll go to the free throw line. Milwaukee set to get the last possession of the first half.
Kenny's only gone to the free throw line coming into this game 2 times, so he's perfect, but obviously not a lot of attempts.
Just to have his services this year is really remarkable because he has been through a lot with the rehabs that he's gone through for the knee. He missed 22 of 23 games in this season. 2 free throws bring the Phoenix within 9. And if you're Milwaukee, are you settling for the last shot?
Oh, absolutely. You want to go in, obviously, without Green Bay having another attempt. And I got to imagine Jordan Aaron is going to have the ball in his hands.
Matched up against the injured Kiefer Sykes. 15 seconds to work with. First half coming to a close, dominated by Milwaukee. Now 7. Aaron against Sykes with 5. Up pops Panoski, trying to get a strip, and instead Sykes with a steal, fires and misses with 0.5 to go. A foul on Jordan Aaron.
Well, if you're Milwaukee, that's the last thing you wanted to have happen on that possession. A gutsy effort by Kiefer Sykes. Just great job moving his feet. And obviously he's not at 100% on that ankle, but gutting one out for his team. Came up with a huge steal right there.
Well, is it a shooting foul or non-shooting? Well, I thought the foul was called, buddy.
So they're just checking to see how much time is left on the clock. Certainly he was not in the act of shooting. I just got confirmation from the referee on that one. Now it's just a matter of how much time will be left on the clock. right now we're looking at 12. That's obviously, I do not think, right. 12 seconds.
Should be 1.2. 12's on the board for some reason.
Yeah, they're just...
They're going to have to change that. You know what? I think Green Bay would take that.
Well, you talk about a home court event. I think the league will get a couple of phone calls on that one right there.
The commissioner's here somewhere. He'd be checking in quickly, I'm sure.
But I say about 1.2 or 1.5 seconds, which is
it should be 1.2. I think that's what they're deciding on, but
plenty of time for a catch and shoot situation. And obviously now, if you're Milwaukee, you do not want to foul somebody in the act of shooting.
Let's see if the strip by Sykes pays off dividends. Fouls to look. Brown goes down low. To Love. Time running out at the buzzer. The Panthers won here several weeks ago, and they're trying to duplicate it. Kiefer Sykes, bum ankle and all, hasn't scored in the first half. Alec Brown has been limited to 2 free throws. At the break, 28-19 for 2, just 2 free throws. On the left sock of Kiefer Sykes, the left ankle is indication of R.I.P. Dad. Rest in peace, Dad. Lost his father a couple of years ago, and we'll see how inspired Sykes is here in the second half and how he can play on that injured ankle. Love penetrates. Handoff inside Mays. I am impressed with Carrington Love. He's played a solid game tonight.
And that's a beautiful find. Out of the zone Milwaukee was in.
Kyle Kell back the other way for his 8th point. By the way, Green Bay's first half total, the second lowest of the year. Their lowest mark was against Eastern Michigan in a loss earlier this season. Here's Love. He's got a second step going. Misses on the bank. Mays keeps it alive. And Mays is fouled. Greg Mays has got that great jumping ability. And Matt Tybee picks up the foul. That's 3 now on Tybee. That will maybe open things up a little bit more on the inside.
Well, I felt that first 5 minutes of the first half, Jim, Green Bay's energy was not there. First 5 of this second half, the energy is there, and that's what they need more of.
Malcolm Moore will replace Tybee in the lineup.
Jim, don't you get the sense, the way that Milwaukee came out in that first half, that they would be up more than 8 at this point? And I think that's another good sign for Green Bay, where you played terrible and yet you're only down 8 or potentially 7 after this free throw.
Well, you emailed the bracketologist Joe Lenardi earlier in the day as to what Green Bay's chances would be if the Phoenix lost in terms of an at-large, and he said no chance. So if that turns out to be true, winning this game is paramount as Kelm drives and a foul is called on Green Bay with a forearm.
Well, certainly if they lose in the semis, I think there's no shot. I think there's still obviously a lot of movement if they somehow can get into the finals and if they lose there, but certainly tonight is a must-win game.
Well, the commissioner, John LaCroix, spent some time with us prior to the game here courtside, and he says, you know, anything can happen with the committee. And he feels they'd still be in the conversation even if they lost tonight. Austin Arians has a 3. And for Arians, he puts Milwaukee up by 10.
Jim, he has been impressive. Inside, outside, they have no answer for him.
He now has 10 points. As Alfonso McKinney will come in the game at the next whistle. Let's see if Sykes can move any on that ankle. Mays rises, and Greg Mays is starting to pick up the slack.
Well, as I said, in the second half, somebody else is going to have to pick up the offense with Kiefer Sykes on that ankle.
Sykes bodying up against Aaron right now, keeping him far from the goal. He's still hobbling a little bit. In fact, he's hobbling a lot. Playing through it, though, as much as he can. Here's Aaron beating Sykes to the goal. Blocked by Faust. Now Faust will come out and McKinney will come in.
And Jim, what I would like Milwaukee to do is isolate Jordan Aaron at the top of the key. So that way, if the help comes, he has some angles to pass the ball off to. If you put him on the wing and he beats him, the help is there.
Milwaukee with 215 block shots this season. That's easily an Horizon League record. That one got altered here. Sykes in the open court. Can he run on that ankle? He is fouled. He'll get 2 at the free throw line. Kiefer Sykes, who banged knees in practice yesterday, and head coach Brian Wardle shut him down after that, put some ice on it, and today in this game he has suffered an ankle sprain. Well, what do you think?
Well, right here, typically Kiefer Sykes, we talked about his 44-inch vertical in the open court. He would have tried to explode and try to dunk on somebody. He has no lift whatsoever on that hobbled ankle.
He's also a terrific free throw shooter at 80%. And he struggles to make the first one. You may recall a game a couple of years ago where Sykes bloodied up his jersey, then bloodied a second one up and continued to play. So we don't have to question his courage, that's for sure. That was against Butler.
No questioning that young man's heart.
Crowd very much alive. Count for 3. Too strong. Sykes rises for the rebound. How about that? Now he leads the break to the basket and lays it in.
Kiefer Sykes exploding to the hole. And that is the reason why he is the player of the year in the Horizon League. He can shoot from the perimeter, but he excels in the open court.
Alec Brown is on the bench, and I was watching him during the timeout, Huck. He was kind of trying to limber up a little bit with that shoulder, so maybe his 0 for 7 shooting night tonight has got something to do with that. He bumped that shoulder in an opening tip.
Yeah, he did not look right. Everything was short on his jumpers, and certainly didn't expect him to come out in the first half and have 0 field goals.
McWhorter beats the shot clock and scores. Steve McWhorter knocking it in for the outside to try to quiet this pretty huge Green Bay crowd. Here's Sykes. Mays. Well, the momentum in this house is shifted to Green Bay.
Great awareness by Kiefer Sykes, setting up Mays for the Monster Jam.
Trying to get a final home game this season as Austin Arians is called for traveling.
Well, Kiefer Sykes, we know he can score. He also can drop dimes. Mays with the Monster Jam. Green Bay down 5.
And he's in Tennessee, which just blew out Missouri earlier today. Dayton, Nebraska for the Big Ten. I think Tim Miles has done a solid job with that team at Arkansas in the first 4 out. Cal, Minnesota, Florida State, and St. John's. You've seen Florida State. What about their resume?
Well, they passed the eye test as well, too. Leonard Hamilton does a great job with that club. They got guys that can spread you out, but certainly the bracketologists and all the numbers going into this, they got a tough job because there's always somebody left unhappy.
Well, Joe's usually about 90% accurate. And that lineup of teams in and out changes on a dime. Fun time of the year, though. 4.5 minutes into the second half, 5-point game. Arians rising, and suddenly Milwaukee can't hit a shot. Here's Sykes playing through the paint. Catch and shoot Mays. No Alec Brown in the game at this point, but now he's expected to return with Jordan Faust.
Jim, on this possession right here from Milwaukee, I think they've been settling for jumpers the last couple of possessions. They need to get a higher percentage shot.
How about one right there? Although McWhorter unable to do anything with it. Carrington Love to Mays on the hop, and Mays, I think, well, one official was going to call an offensive foul. The other one calls for a block, and I think the block wins out.
And it's such a tough call. Let's see it from this angle right here. He's moving. So he's certainly moving. I think the referee's got it right.
ESPNU brings you another edition of ACC Sunday Night Basketball. The Eagles of BC face a road test against the North Carolina State Wolfpack. Boston College and NC State Sunday at 6 on the U. All starts at 5:30 with ACC Sunday Night pregame and also live on Watch ESPN. Alec Brown, as we mentioned earlier, is back.
Another injured Green Bay player, Alfonso McKinney, going out with a looks like an ankle sprain, and they were going to take him back to the locker.
Foul called inside on Milwaukee. That's on Malcolm Moore. That's his second, and the Panther team fouls are adding up quickly here in the second half. That's number 4. Semi-final action, second game tonight. Wright State won the earlier one and awaits the winner, either in Dayton or here in Green Bay. Sykes rising three. For Sykes going for the steal.
Jim, on this last possession, Carrington Love, this is a beautiful cross-court pass to a wide-open Kiefer Sykes, and that ankle looks pretty good in the second half.
Sykes has all 6 of his points in the second half. He just picked up his second personal foul. Milwaukee's got to find some offense because all of that 13-point lead is nearly gone.
Well, Jim, they've been settling. They've been settling for contested threes, contested jump shots. They need to get something going to the basket.
Panthers have just 7 points in the second half. Aaron on the drive to the goal, rolls it in.
And that's what they need more of, Jim. Jordan, Aaron, and the rest of the guards going to the hole. Don't settle for jumpers. Force the action. Try to dribble, penetrate.
Sykes looking for Alec Brown for the moment. Will fire anyway. A little too strong. Rebound to Greg Mays, who lost it. Out of bounds to the Panthers as Javon Lyle re-enters the game for Milwaukee.
Well, Jim, I would have liked to see him on that offensive rebound. Pull the ball back out. Don't try to do too much. You got an offensive rebound. Good. Don't turn it over trying to force the action. Throw it back out. You got 35 seconds left. A reset on the shot clock.
Sykes, by the way, guarding Javon Lyle, is not expected for much offense. Aaron trying to hit Matt Tybee inside, it's out of bounds, and it belongs to Green Bay. Tybee has re-entered the lineup, number 31. He's got 3 personal fouls. And Tybee has scored just 4 points tonight. Averages 12 a game. Green Bay 5 of 8 in the second half after a miserable first half. Alec Brown inside. Back to a 2-point game. And his first field goal. Chance for Green Bay to tie or go ahead with a 3.
Jim, if I'm Green Bay, I'm going right back down low to Alec Brown.
A mismatch for Brown. Instead, Milwaukee, ball loose on the floor. Panthers had it. Hoping to get it and call a timeout. Didn't gain possession, though. And Matt Tybee, of course, is going to draw the ire of Green Bay fans because he's a magnet.
Well, Jim, on that stuff. Well, on that last post-up, Alec Brown has got a guard on him. He's got to just turn and shoot over him.
Should not give it up.
No, he should not have given it up. There was no double team, and just gave it up. I would have liked to see him just turn over his right or left shoulder and shoot over the smaller defender.
Another opportunity for Green Bay to tie, and you wonder if Brown's shoulders continue to bother him.
I certainly think he is not right. This is not the Alec Brown that we're used to seeing. But both he and Kiefer Sykes realizing the importance of this game, and they're playing through some pain.
Foul called on Javon Lyle. Team foul number 5 on the Milwaukee Panthers. 2 second-half team fouls on the Phoenix. Aaron down in the stance, facing Sykes. Fouls with a look. Now tries to dribble drive into the lane. And back to Sykes. Still plenty of time on the possession. At 15. Deflected by Lyle. Picked up by Love. Left it short. Here's Brown. Brown got it stripped away. Then Faust got it stripped away. And it's off of Green Bay.
Well, Alec Brown of Green Bay was scoreless in this game. Right here, he is on the board. Green Bay down 2.
Rebounds. A couple of pretty good guards around this country.
Those are impressive numbers right there.
We thought Milwaukee had the inbounds. Instead, Green Bay had possession, and Mays ties it at 37. Just the second tie of the game. Panthers led 26-13 in the first half. That lead is history. Matt Tybee did a goal using a little hop.
Jim, I have been impressed with Tybee on offense, equally on defense. He's very active, and that's a beautiful move right there, finishing with the left.
Very emotional guy. Jeter telling us he's never coached a guy like this, but he's a lot of fun to be around. And he cut his hair between shoot around a game yesterday, and hasn't affected his play one bit. Aaron, a little crossover, a little too strong, but there's a foul called on Green Bay. Jordan Aaron will shoot twice.
His hesitation, crossover, and he talked about watching Chris Paul during the summer. And I mean, this is just so quick, and I really enjoyed, as we talked about earlier, the time we spent with this young man. Dealt with the loss of his mother, Norma, before he came to college. And I know his dad, Joseph, is watching tonight, his sister, LaShawn. And the future for that young man is bright.
Aaron went through a 4-game suspension due to team violation of team rules. Pretty hard for him to sit out, but he's back. And his team has a 41-37 lead. Milwaukee wins. It cannot gain home court advantage for the championship game simply because it would be a lower seed than Wright State. But Wright State would be the home team. Here's Carrington Love to Mays to Greg Brown. 8 to shoot. Love will try to create. Step back 3, and behind the arc, he is fouled by Jordan Aaron. Well, that's a play up that Aaron wishes he had back.
Well, Jim, Carrington Love has played, I think, a nice floor game for Green Bay. Now, the shot clock's winding down right here, and that's just a poor foul by Milwaukee and to put Love on the free throw line. But Love has been active on defense, and he's made some nice plays to set up teammates for some scoring opportunities.
That's the third foul on Jordan Aaron. Love, who got his first career start against Marquette, has 7 points in the game.
Jim, there's obviously something wrong with Alec Brown. He and both Sykes have been hobbled. Brown struggling to get up and down the court. Didn't get into the paint or beyond the three-point line on that last possession. So you credit them, though, for gutting out, playing through pain, and obviously the biggest game of their career thus far.
What's the worst injury you played through?
An ankle sprain in college, and then one to end my career at the pro level.
Aaron a little too strong, but a good tap out to McWhorter. Keeps the possession going, and Aaron wind up three. Milwaukee by 5, 44-39.
Love his poise. That's a big shot for Milwaukee. Jordan Aaron having himself a ball game.
Here's Brown on the bounce, trying to go up against Kelm. Greg Mays from the wing. Faust with a rebound, no basket. Yes, so count it. I thought they called a foul before he put it up. Going to be an and one. And you look at Rob Jeter, he's saying, wait a minute. That foul was called before he even put the ball up in the goal.
Well, I'd like to see the replay, but I think Rob Jeter has a very valid point. Great offensive rebound work by Faust. And then, I think the referees, it happened so quick. It was a bang-bang play, and they gave him the benefit of being in the act of shooting.
Well, Jeter's got a grin on his face, but I know he's not thrilled with that call.
This is a huge swing right here for Green Bay. Another missed opportunity.
Green Bay has shot well to the free throw line, however. 12 of 15. 3-point game as we approach 9 minutes. Another rebound for Jordan Faust. That's what he does so well, is attack the boards. Tapped around. Milwaukee tries to save. Lyle into the Green Bay bench. I hope he's okay. Javon Lyle took quite a spill, and he's back. What a great play by number 30.
Jim, when you add up game-winning plays, this right here is what wins you championships, what advances you. Your guys giving it all up, diving into the stands, and keeping the possession alive for your team. Great hustle.
Blew up a couple of chairs in the meantime.
And that's how you lay out for a loose ball on the road against Green Bay, the Horizon League regular season champs.
Alec Brown back on the bench for Green Bay. This is game 2 of the semifinals of the Horizon League championship. Wright State behind Cole Darling's 21. Won the earlier game tonight on ESPNU. The fake by Tybee, the drive to the goal. That was affected by Kenneth Lowe. Ahead to Kiefer Sykes. And Sykes called for traveling.
Certainly is slowed down by that ankle, just really has no lift, doesn't want to put his bad ankle down and plant, and they're going to pull him out of the game again, and he's going to go back to the locker room and probably either get retaped or get some treatment on that ankle.
So Green Bay must exist, Huck, without its stars, Alec Brown and Kiefer Sykes, and yet trails by 1 score. That's where I think you look to your crowd for inspiration. Matt Tybee rims a 3. Rebound to Love and a foul in the backcourt. And the problem with that foul is the Panthers are now over the limit. So Green Bay walks to the bonus.
And you're right, Jim. That is not a good foul at all. You get a good offensive possession, no problem. You get a high percentage shot. You just go back on defense. There's nowhere to go. You're not going to steal the ball right here from Love. He secured the ball. That's just a bad foul.
And after the foul, 94 feet from the goal, Love, a 70% shooter, can shoot Green Bay to within 1.
Jim, another thing that does is obviously it puts Green Bay in the bonus. slows the game down, gives Green Bay, Alec Brown, and also Sykes some time to recuperate on the bench and hopefully get back on the court.
Phoenix haven't made the NCAA tournament since 1995, but they got a chance. Aaron fouled as he drove on the baseline. Team foul number 4 on the Phoenix. Got a good one here with 7:50 to go. Milwaukee by 1. To the side of the Milwaukee basket, play resumes. Kelm against Kenneth Lowe. Good fake and scores. Kyle Kelm is coming up large in the second half. He now has 10.
Kelm and Tybee, the bigs for Milwaukee, have been impressive offensively and then also on defense.
No sign of Kiefer Sykes. Actually, he is walking back to the bench now after some treatment in the locker room. Here's Mays rising and scoring. Greg Mays has also had a good second half. He is up to 15 points. Once again, a one-point game. Arians would have looked for 3, but McKinney jumps out on him. Down to Tybee, working against Mays. Foul called on Greg Mays, and that's 4 now on Mays.
Jim, Milwaukee has shown some patience on offense, and I like the switch, though, by Green Bay. They put Jordan Faust, a longer defender, on Jordan Aaron. I think that has really slowed him down, but Milwaukee has continued to be patient, work the ball down low, and get high percentage shots.
Up here comes Alec Brown again, who's been limited to 4 points. In the meantime, Matt Tybee's at the free throw line. Tybee, who's a sophomore, has 2 more seasons left with the Milwaukee Panthers, so future looking very strong as Alec Brown and Kiefer Sykes back in to give it a go.
Well, I don't think too many people will pick Milwaukee as they were picked preseason this year to finish dead last in the Horizon League. They have impressive guards, and Tybee, to me, has been really impressive. Mobile as a big, a good free throw shooter, 74%, and as you said, the future is bright for that young man.
Well, Milwaukee's attempted only 7 free throws, but has knocked down 6. Still maintaining a lead as we're under 7 minutes for the game. Brown calling for the ball against the double team. Works out in a double. 3 would tie it. Brown looking a little more active right now. Calling for the ball. Spinning on the baseline and scoring. Well, that's the Alec Brown Green Bay fans want to see.
And you called it, Jim. He does look more active. That mobility, shoulder looked pretty good, and he was able to finish on that one.
So foul on Carrington Love, team foul number 6.
Well, this is what you want to see, Jim, if you're Green Bay. Alec Brown establishing post position. Don't settle for jumpers. Little head fake, up and under, and then finish.
A lot of fouls are starting to add up for Green Bay. That's 4 now on Carrington Love, along with 4 for Mays. Still, Milwaukee cannot shake the Phoenix. Tybee calling for the ball down low. Kelm will drive on Brown, but misses. And here's a chance for Green Bay to go ahead. Almost feels like a championship game tonight.
Great atmosphere. The Green Bay fans are behind their team. And Alec Brown delivering.
The dagger by Aaron shot.
Just move out of the way and let Jordan Aaron go to work.
Well, Sykes held in the open court by Steve McWhorter.
Well, Alec Brown has been quiet all game. Nice skip pass, and this is what makes him special. A 7-footer that shoots 44% from the three-point line. And then Jordan Aaron, he has been the story of this game for Milwaukee. That's just a beautiful individual play. Not bad defense by Green Bay, but Jordan Aaron has hit some difficult shots in this game.
.51 with 5 minutes left. The winner's going to have to catch its breath and get ready for a very good Wright State team.
And Jim, you talked about it earlier, the heart of Kiefer Sykes. Definitely no questioning that whatsoever. He is hobbling around on a severely sprained ankle.
They'll raise the volume again here at the Rest Center.
That's not a good possession by Milwaukee. One guy dribbling, and then a contested deep three.
Sykes on the blow by.
Jim, what a gutsy performance by Kiefer Sykes.
Two you're watching tonight in Wright State. Now, Wright State was in this position last year at Valpo, where Valparaiso was in trouble against Green Bay. Then Wright State could host the game if Valparaiso lost. And Valpo won at the buzzer. Now Green Bay has come roaring back after being down by 13, shooting 63% from the floor in the second half.
Jim, I'd like to get them Milwaukee have Tybee in the post.
McWhorter misses, and what do we got?
They're going to call a loose ball foul on Green Bay, and Milwaukee in a bonus situation. Jim, I still don't like that possession by Milwaukee. You're settling for a contested three. Tybee's got a smaller defender on him. I'd rather see them go down low to in the post. We'll take a look at a loose ball situation. And I think the player out of the screen pulled down Tybee, which made him lose his balance.
I predict before Tybee's career is over at Milwaukee, he will be beloved by the entire city of Milwaukee and disliked by every team in the Horizon League.
Well, I think he's pretty much halfway there right now, and certainly I love his energy and effort. And you would love having a guy like that on your team. You would hate playing against him, though.
Agreed. Leaves one at the free throw line. Green Bay by 2. Good fake by Brown, but he can't close it. Rebound to Austin Arians. 3:45 for the game, and a good one it has been. Calvin was in the double figures in the second half. Great pass inside on the back cut by Arians.
Beautiful basketball by Milwaukee. Back cut. Aaron's wide open. Uncontested deuce.
First time they faced each other, they went into overtime with Green Bay winning 93-86. And they had to come from 7 back with 3.5 to go in regulation. Welcome back, Alfonso McKinney. Now Aaron on a drive, and he reduces the lead to 1 at 57-56. Kiefer Sykes, who injured his ankle in the first half. Alec Brown banged his shoulder early in the game. Both continue to play on, and off the missed shot. Now a chance for the Panthers to gain the lead. And Tybee fouled by McKinney, and Brian Wardle and McKinney can't believe it. And Wardle better be careful. Could have a fabulous finish to his semifinal game. ESPN News exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's.
It's a big mess, but don't worry, cleanup's already underway.
We're a little bit biased tonight. Aaron with 20 last night in the second round, 21 tonight. And where play resumes. Rob Jeter's Matt Tybee will step to the free throw line, where he has a 1-and-1. He has missed 2 in a row. Tracked down by Sykes. Here's Jordan Faust. Backcourt, Sykes. And a foul. Great back cut by Kiefer Sykes. And a chance to the and 1.
Jim, what a beautifully ran play. Almost like a little wheel cut. Alec Brown set a nice little brush screen, and then beautiful pass by Faust at the top of the key to a cutting Kiefer Sykes.
He now has 12 all in the second half. Amazingly, this is Green Bay's largest lead. Here's Aaron on a drive to the goal. Missed it. And the trailer is Kyle Kelm to flush it home.
He was able to get that putback because of the penetration by Jordan Aaron. Drew 3 or 4 defenders, and nobody left to block out.
Green Bay will use a timeout. Phoenix are down to 2. 2 remain also for Milwaukee. Women's college basketball takes center stage on the U tomorrow at 1 and roughly 3 o'clock. We've got our semifinalists. 4th-seeded Rutgers against top-seeded and unbeaten UConn, and number 2-seeded Louisville.
The start that Green Bay had, that now they're on top, 1:38 to go, and they've done a nice job recovering with their star players struggling in the first half.
What do you think Brian Wardle drew up in the huddle?
Well, I think it's got to start with Kiefer Sykes. But right now, Milwaukee, I like the change up by Rob Jeter, going to a matchup zone.
And late into the shot clock we go with 5. Love on a drive to the baseline. He is fouled. Harrington Love had an open lane, and Steve McWhorter got a hold of him. So Love has 2 free throws coming with 1:15 left, and here's a look his move on the baseline.
Well, that's a poor closeout by Tybee, and the defense was so concerned with Sykes and Alec Brown. And there was no rotation. And Love heads up, went straight to the hole.
If Green Bay wins, the Phoenix will do it from the free throw line, where they have outscored Milwaukee by 10. And as a team are 17 for 20. Aaron guarded by the much taller Faust. Tough matchup for him. Tries to blow by him, and contact. Kenneth Lowe came over to help out. The personal foul is going to be on Lowe.
Well, Jim, it was good defense that time on Jordan Aaron, and They bailed him out with a foul. They slid their feet well. The help came, but you have to go up straight. As soon as you bring your arms down, the referees are going to call that every time.
Aaron is 4 for 4 from the free throw line and has a game-high 22. He just loves playing against Green Bay.
Well, I've been just impressed with him this season as well. I mean, he's a guy last year, scored some points, but was prone to turnovers. This year, he's making better decisions with the ball. And boy, is he a tough matchup one-on-one.
He is. One possession game, 55 seconds left. Both teams have a couple of timeouts remaining. Both teams are also now in the double bonus. Next time the Phoenix commit a foul, it'll be its 10th. Just in case you're joining us for the first time, Kiefer Sykes got hurt with the ankle in the first half. And after a trip to the locker room in the second half, he has exploded.
Well, he has been the story of the game for Green Bay in the second half. Showing off the range. He's a guy that averages over 5 assists, but that's where he excels. I would like to see them get Alec Brown a touchdown low in the post. I know he struggled in the second half, but he's got a smaller defender on him. You're in the bonus situation. Don't settle for a jumper.
Looking for that backdoor cut. Brown fires a 3 instead. And Milwaukee now with a chance to tie or go ahead. Bob Jeter has 2 timeouts remaining, but he walks away from his point guard Aaron. So play continues. 25 seconds left. About a 3-second difference between shot and game clock.
If I'm Jordan Aaron, I'm not settling for a jumper. Get to the hole.
He's trying to do just that on a drive to goal. Ties the game. 13 seconds to go. Green Bay with a chance to win it here. Under 10, they'll play on. Sykes with 5. Looking to drive to the goal to Mays. Missed it, blocked. Ball loose. At the buzzer, no good. We go to overtime. Earlier tonight in a game that was a little quieter, Wright State defeated Cleveland State 68-62. Cole Darling had a big night with 21, backed up by 17 from Miles Dixon. Wright State's in a championship game for the 2nd year in a row, and just in case you're not aware, Wright State would host if the lower seed of Milwaukee Panthers beat Green Bay. If Green Bay wins, the championship is here at the Rest Center on Tuesday night. You get a chance to hang out with Bob Wischusen for a very important game.
It is, and right here in overtime, typically, Jim, you would say the home team has the advantage, in particular the poor start that Green Bay had, but I'm going to give a slight edge to Milwaukee only because Kiefer Sykes on that bad ankle, he's got to play 5 more minutes now.
Matched up defensively against Steve McWhorter. Aaron's trying to position against Love down low. And putting the bigger Faust on Aaron, trying to cut him off. But he's capable of taking Faust off the dribble. Now the pick from Calvin, now the trap. Down to 9. Tybee recognizes, goes to the goal, blocked by Brown. And it stays in play. Sykes on the break to Faust for the layup, missed it. And Milwaukee survives the transition and the opportunity for Green Bay to go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to see Faust gather himself and go up. He was off balance when he was trying to shoot that layup.
Here's Jordan Aaron, who has a game-high 25. First minute into overtime. 5 to shoot. Tybee better recognize it, now fires away and airballs it, and that is a violation. Not a good possession for Milwaukee.
No, they need to get into their offense earlier. Too much standing around dribbling, and then you're left with a deep contested 3 with 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
Off the switch, Cal picks up Sykes for the moment. Now back to Jordan Aaron. Sykes working through a pick to Alec Brown. Rises for 3. Well, now 3 of 14 from the floor.
Well, Jim, I don't mind that look. It's an okay look, but that number 3 of 14, I'd rather see him go down low in the post. It's not working for you from the perimeter.
Good position for Arians. Love recovers, and they got to kick it back out. Tybee down low to Kelm wide open. Great recognition by Tybee, who could have taken the shot.
Patient, great ball fake, got the defense moving, and then wide open dunk.
Here's Love. That one blocked and taken out of the air and restolen by Green Bay and Mays. Pretty good semifinal game, huh?
And an even better play by Love on that possession, keeping the play alive.
Down to 10 seconds. On the drive, Aaron, he takes fouls off the dribble, and Jordan picks up the personal foul, and that is his first.
And sometimes, Jim, these little 50-50 balls, it looks like Milwaukee has the rebound secured. Loose ball. Green Bay comes up with it, and it results in a uncontested dunk.
Orton is 5 for 5 for the line. Aaron is, and only he and Tybee have attempted free throws tonight for Milwaukee. You think of Billy Donald, who's watching this game, head coach of Wright State. He went through this same thing last year at Valparaiso. Am I going home for the championship, or do I stick around? Do I get the charter plane going, or do I have to stay? All depends on who wins. First miss of the night for Jordan Aaron. You wonder if he starts to tire any.
And I think that miss right there was fatigue.
Sykes rising and leaving it way short. Mays tries to save, but he does in the hands of Aaron. Milwaukee ball, 1-point lead, 1:45 left. ESPN with a championship game Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern. Arians goes down, play continues. 10 on the shot clock. High pick from Tybee, now down to 7. Aaron trying to direct traffic with 5. Now 3's going to have to rise and try to shoot it. Missed it. Rebound for Milwaukee. Tybee back up and in. And Green Bay is going to use a timeout. Big basket by Matt Tybee.
His energy has been unbelievable in this game. That is a huge offensive rebound, put back, Matt Tybee. And he does not look like the tired player. I mean, look at this. This is
2 at the end of regulation. Aaron with 26 of the game. Sykes with 13, all in the second half. Green Bay doesn't need a 3, but a 3 would tie the game. Brown trying to position down low. Sykes looks for him. Against Kyle Kelm. In and out. And keeping that rebound alive inside was Greg Mays. Otherwise, Milwaukee would be in a great spot.
Well, it was a nice move by Sykes. And that's twice now on possession. Green Bay ball in and out.
Foul for the look intended for Sykes, who got held up by McWhorter. And Green Bay turns the ball over. Wow.
And now it's decision time for Coach Wardle. Do you foul in this situation, or do you play it out and hope for a stop? And it looks like they're going to play for a stop. He has faith in his defense that they're going to get a stop against Milwaukee.
Maybe the biggest possession in this game. 15 left on the shot clock. Under a half minute to go for the game. Aaron with 7 to shoot on the drive. Step back jumper. Good! Milwaukee by 5, and now Green Bay in trouble. And Sykes is fouled by McWhorter with 18.3 to go. Wow, what a play by Jordan Aaron.
Jim, you will not find a bigger shot right here and a more difficult shot. That's a contested fadeaway jumper on the baseline. Jordan Aaron hitting big shot after big shot after big shot tonight. Wow. Shoring up the rebounding for Milwaukee.
Well, how can Milwaukee make it 2 wins on Green Bay's home court?
Couple of big free throws right here for Kiefer Sykes, the Horizon League Player of the Year.
Needs a make here to cut it to a 1-score game.
18 seconds, plenty of time left on the clock. Obviously, they're going to have to hope for some Milwaukee missed free throws or come up with a steal.
Horizon League semifinal tonight on ESPNU. 18 seconds left and a turnover. Green Bay is going to take a timeout. Oh my gosh, how did that happen?
And that is exactly what Coach Jeter did not want to see. Really, he was wide open and he shot that together.
Might look for Kiefer Sykes to try to drive to the goal. Perhaps get some contact, at the very least get a basket to reduce the lead to 1 and put the pressure on Milwaukee. All 15 of the points for Sykes have come in the second half.
Well, here's where I like Kiefer Sykes and Alec Brown in any kind of pick and roll situation. Alec Brown shooting over 43% from the three-point line.
Bounce on the look to Sykes. 15 to go. Taking Aaron off the dribble. Missed the shot. Mays with a tip and a rebound. Taken down by Tybee and a foul with 11 seconds to go.
Well, it was a well-designed play out of the timeout by Green Bay. And this Kiefer Sykes, that ankle, he just was not able to explode and finish as he normally does. I'm going to take a look at it again. Good look. Just didn't have enough leg to get it up and over the rim.
Pretty good defense by Aaron, too. Tybee's 4 for 7 from the line. And Green Bay is without timeouts. Now everybody will leave the line. Tybee will shoot by himself. Timeout Milwaukee. Look at the bench of the Panthers. That's 48 points in about 24 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
And they played the late game last night, so there wasn't a whole lot of rest time for today. We approach the midnight hour in the East.
And I like what Milwaukee's doing here. They're showing some pressure. They're not just going to let Green Bay walk the ball up the court, and they come up with a steal.
Picked off by Tybee. 7 seconds to go and a foul, and Milwaukee's going to win it.
Now, Jim, this is why they call it madness. And that's all this is, March Madness. It's a great time of the year. You never know what's going to happen. And stars step up, stars come out of nowhere, and I think the guy showed the potential, Jordan Aaron, but he was a star in this game.
Now Tybee now can seal it with free throws. Alec Brown with shoulder difficulties tonight did not have a good evening. 3 of 14 from the floor. And without a field goal in the first half. Just seconds left. Milwaukee is headed to the championship game.